Again, the triangle sum is when we add all three angles, angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3, will equal to the sum of 180 degrees. You can originate this value of 180 degrees when we go to a rectangle with everything we're kind of familiar with, right? Um, each each degree of a rectangle is 90 degrees. Sorry if I kind of scratched it out. Um, so when we add all the 90 degrees together, it will equal to 360 degrees. Since we're going to cut it in half into a triangle, you know that half of 360 is 180, which is half of a rectangle is a triangle. Okay, so that's, you can use that as a fact. So now we're going to solve this equation. We're going to find the value of the missing angle using the triangle sum theorem. Okay. So now we know that here we don't know the value of this angle. We can just change it into the degree of x if we want to. I use x because that's the variable that we're kind of familiar with. You can choose any degree if you want, any variable you want. The second one here is, normally it doesn't give you that it's a 90 degree. But you know that every time you see a square, kind of a marker like this, you know that the value is 90 degrees. So the second angle here given is 90 degrees. And the third angle is 35 degrees. And it will equal to the total of 180. Long story short, you can just add this to and then just minus it for 180, right? To find the value of x. But here we're just going to do the equation format. So here 90 plus 35. It's a like terms, that is equals to 125 degrees. Now equals to 180. Okay, so now when we just minus that, minus 125 on both sides of the equation, now equal to 55 degrees. The degree of x equals to 55 degrees. Okay. You always double check your work, right? You can always add 55 degrees plus 90 degrees plus 35 degrees and check whether it's going to equal to the total amount of 180. 55 plus 90 is 145 degrees plus 35 degrees. Will it equal to 180? Let's double check. 145 plus 35 degrees, that will equal to 180. This is the sum of the three angles, okay, and this is the triangle sum. So this is the sum of the three angles that we just added, and this is triangle sum in the theorem. Since you know that they both equals to 180, and we know that the value of 55 degrees is correct. Okay. So that's the first example that we're going to be covering. Yeah. So now the next one, I want you to try it out yourselves. Right. So now let's explain how to do the assignment. Right. Once again, we're going to add in a triangle. We're going to add all three angles. Angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 will equal to the triangle sum, which equals to 180 degrees. So here, we know that the value of angle 1, we don't know the value, so we're going to put the degree of x plus 60 degrees plus 50 degrees equals to 180 degrees. We added two like terms here, so equals to 110 degrees. Drop down the value of x. And here it equals to 180 degrees. Here, we're going to minus 110 on both sides of the equation. Once again, you can just do this mentally, right? 60 plus 50 is 110. And I'll minus it with a total of 180 degrees. Now equal to 70 degrees. So the value of the degree of x equals to 70 degrees. Of course, double check your work, right? Nothing's correct until you double check it. So here we're going to add 70 degrees plus 60 degrees plus 50 equals to 180. You can use this. You can use a calculator. I'm just showing you in person, just so you have an idea of what we're doing. 130 degrees, 70 plus 60 is 130 plus 50 equal to 180 degrees. Drop down the sum. just 180 degrees. Since the equation balances out, then you know that the value of 70 degrees is correct. Okay. Oh no. Yeah. So if you missed out on some of the lesson, um, you can just watch the videos. Okay. What else? The last one we're going to be doing here is, I know it's algebraic equations. A lot of us are kind of still not comfortable or confident in it, but I did give you the equation solver. As long as you know, at least you know how to write the equation, then you're fine, right? All you need to do is just enter it, and you'll be good. So what I want from you is to kind of still express or use geometric expressions or statements, and not just randomly, like, you know how majority of us experience algebra. You kind of just go about it and just guess and try to see and try our best, right? Uh, but like I said, we need to always focus on the concept of geometry. We're going to add angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3. It will equal to the total sum of the triangle, which is 180 degrees. Once again, this is the value of the triangle sum. And we know that the value for one angle here is 90 degrees. And the second angle is 4x plus 7. You can still put a degree if you want here. And the last angle here is 8x minus 1 degree. Now equal to the total of the three triangles is 180 degrees. Here, I'm just going to add the two like terms first. 4x plus 8x is 12x. Okay, I'm going to drop down the value of 90 degrees, value of 7, and the value of 1 degree. And it's still equal to the sum of 180 degrees. Here I'm going to add, so it's not a plus 1, it's a minus 1. I apologize for that. Okay, minus 1. Sorry about that. Okay, minus 1. So here 7 minus 1 is 6. Okay. If you want me to show, I'll just write out 6. So 90 plus 6 is 96. Equals to 180 degrees. Then minus 96 on both sides of the equation. That will give me 84. Drop down the 12x. Once again, don't forget that in between a variable and a constant number is the multiplication operation of the multiplication. We use the inverse, which is division, and we divide the same value of 12 on both sides of the equation. Here will be x, and 84 divided by 12 is 7. Don't forget, always double check your work, right? Here you get 90. Here you got angle 1. Let's try to go angle 1 first. It's 90 degrees. Now let's work with angle 2. It's 4x plus 7. We're going to substitute that value of x with 7. 4 times 7 plus 7. 4 times 7 is 28. Plus 7 equals to 35 degrees. Okay. Angle 3 is 8x minus 1. And then when we substitute the value of x, which is 7, 8 times 7 minus 1 is equals to, 8 times 7 is 56, minus 1 is equals to 55 degrees. Okay? So we got 55 degrees, we got 35 degrees, and we have 90 degrees. We added them together, are they going to equal to 180? And 35 plus 55 plus 90 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Okay, here, when we add this together, 35 plus 55 is 90 degrees plus 90 degrees. I'm running out of space, so equals to 180 degrees. So 180 plus 90 is equals to 180 degrees. Did you know that the value of the three angles equals to 180, which is the triangle sum? you know that this answer checks out, and you know that x equals 7 also checks out as well. Okay, and that is it on how to do expressions. Once again, if you're not familiar with the expressions, I gave you this equation solver. As long as you know how to write the equation down, then it will give you on how to solve the equations. That will kind of assist you in solving equations that you might not be still comfortable or confident in.